Hello, and welcome to round 2 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast. I'm Catherine Aleko, and I'm here with Terry Morrow.
Hello.
Usually on this podcast, we talk about parenting issues, but once a week, Terry and I like to get together to discuss TV, movies, books, and other entertainment topics because it's nice to talk about something other than parenting for a change. So this week, we're continuing with our double dose of ballroom dancing with Baby Ballroom, and first up, Dancing with the Stars. So Terry, before you even start, I think I'm going to give you a 10 for your performance today.
Oh, it means so much to me. I try so hard. I work so hard. And here I am on a podcast. Yes. And Catherine, you've done a great job of introducing this episode. I give you a 10.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Isn't it what you've always wanted? Haven't you always dreamed of the moment when you would be on a podcast and get a 10?
Definitely. Always. Yeah. So there was quite a workout of the 10 battles today.
There was indeed. This really felt like a finale. Lots of contemporaries and jazz and 10s, and everybody gets a 10. Do they realize that there's one more episode? It's not done?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they have to say next time.
Yeah, really. They can't. Can they do this again? Give everybody 10s again. Well, that was an interesting results thing. I was trying to think I would have liked to say goodbye to Caitlin. She just does nothing for me. And we had a bachelorette win last time. Right. And, nice to see you again, Artem. Bye-bye. Mm-hmm. But it's clear that was not going to happen. And, so you just kind of figure different combinations of people. Who would it be? But when they announced Nelly was safe, I just imagined the heads of the people who are like, good dancers should win, just exploding. just
losing their little...
The people who have been nursing a grudge since Bobby Bones won just went up in flames all over America. Mm-hmm. So, just for that alone, yay, Nelly! You go, man! I do enjoy watching him, I have to say. He's clearly not the best dancer or even a particularly good one, but he gives me joy. I just enjoy watching him. And Daniela is just working her cute little butt off, dancing around him. And I respect that.
And coaching him.
And that jive.
The teacher that he needs.
Maybe that was not a 10-worthy jive, but holy cow, based on that package, did you expect him to do that well?
No.
He was doing great.
Yeah.
I was so proud of him. So, no protests from me that he made it to the finals. I don't know who is voting for him. I cannot imagine that his fan base is watching Dancing with the Stars, but I suppose they can still text and go on the computer. But
yeah, true.
And it just makes me laugh and laugh and laugh. So it put me in a good mood. Though I do certainly feel bad for Johnny having to leave, especially after he made the big, how important it was for him to be in the finals.
Right. If I leave today, if I have to go today, it will be devastating. And then the way it was done was really kind of ham-handed, as
that was awful.
Tyra's way, just basically the announcement was the person who really, really failed today, the person who got for sure the lowest scores and is definitely going home because it's Johnny. And it was just like, oh, ouch, please.
Yeah, well, he didn't get the lowest judges' scores, for sure. His judges' scores were just about the same as everybody else's. Give or take a 10s in the first round, but so clearly what it is 57. America wants you to go home, Johnny. Doesn't care, not so much wants you to go home as doesn't care enough to make sure you stay.
Right.
Which, this is the week that I said I have to put all my chips on one person because you split your vote enough and things happen that you don't want. So I put all my votes behind Justina, and I'm super glad I did because she was, in the bottom as it was. So, presumably she needs all the votes she can get. And I imagine a lot of people are doing that. So it's not like I didn't like Johnny and I wanted him to go home. He just was not my favorite. So I like pretty much everybody remaining except Caitlin could go home. But
right.
Great many people do not share that belief, apparently.
Bachelor Nation is voting. Apparently.
Bachelor Nation, you won last season, Bachelor
I know.
Nation.
Give someone else a turn, please.
Oh, well. And I'm, when it was down to Justina and Sky, I figured they would give it to Justina just because she has, as one of the judges said, been much, much more consistent throughout the season.
Yeah, when it was down to those two, I felt like, I hope they do the right thing, which is Justina. She's just definitely better.
Yes.
I mean, Sky was a sweet girl, and I hate, I feel bad every time I say that I was ready for her to go home, but I just think she's kind of stiff when she dances. She doesn't quite flow.
I thought this week she was better than she's ever been. I thought she was, especially the first dance, the cha-cha, she was, that was the best she's done.
Yes.
So it's nice to see people, it's like it's simultaneously nice to see people go out on a high point, and also then when they're at the high point, you're going, oh, they have to go home.
Right.
But, she did really well. I thought everybody actually did pretty well. This is a group who's generally improved as time went on, so everybody, I think, showed their improvement in this episode.
Right.
Unfortunately, a third of them had to go, but, I've told myself if Justina gets in, I'll be okay with whoever else it is. And, I'm happy that Neve got in too, because he would be my second choice, although, I may, I may secretly be rooting for Nelly just to piss people off.
Right.
And because, he's doing, I thought that.
He's definitely, like you said, he's
definitely improving.
He has gotten better. Yeah.
Yeah, the Paso Doble, okay, but I thought he was doing pretty good on the jive.
Yeah, the jive is so hard.
Well. Doesn't matter. People who want to be annoyed by it are going to be annoyed. But you know what? This is not just purely a quality of dance competition. It's dance and personality and, enjoyability of watching them and getting people to vote for you. So I would not have thought that he would have the votes, but holy cow, I guess he does.
Yeah, because he was it only ranged from 56 to 60, but he had 56, which was the lowest. So.
Wow. Yeah. So it's interesting looking around at message boards and stuff about Dancing with the Stars. I see a lot of people saying Nelly needs to go home and he's the worst and why is he still there and it's a travesty. And then a lot of people going, really enjoy watching him. He's really good. Mm-hmm. I have no problem with it this time because I really enjoy watching him. So, he's speaking to some of us, I guess.
Right.
And I also do see a lot of people saying that they had no idea who Justina was before this, but that they really like her and she's their favorite. So I hope she, marshals the votes now for this last little bit. I would still love to see her win. Mm-hmm. I don't know that it will happen, but that'd be cool.
Yeah. That'd be very cool.
Yes, and Sasha has not won before, which I always like it when a pro who's been at it for a long time doing good work finally gets recognized, which is why, sorry, Neve, I would really rather you didn't win. Jenna has hers. Even it has an asterisk. She has hers. Give somebody else a chance.
And, we root for Sasha because he's always the partner with the short person.
Right. Yeah, and it's like Sasha and Justina did not show a lot of chemistry early on, I thought. Especially since a lot of the partnerships make a big show of what buddies they are and cute little repartee and stuff like that. And they seem to just be very businesslike about it. So it's like in these last couple of episodes, they've been stepping up the how wonderful our partnership is.
The charm offensive of their partnership.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I appreciate that. I was a little worried, but no, they seem to like each other. It's fine. So,
And Emma was there cheering for them.
Yes, of course. Yeah. So I don't know. It's hard to imagine what the finals are going to be like now because this was so finals-like.
It was. It was indeed. But we get really the freestyle. So who knows what
yeah, that's true. That's true. I guess they just had contemporaries. It wasn't officially freestyle, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, they had sort of like choose your own style already this week.
Yes. Nelly needs to if Nelly can pull off a freestyle as crazy enjoyable as Bobby Bones's was, at least to me, he might have a shot.
But Bobby Bones had like every troop member. And
he did. That's what I loved about it. It was like
I know, but they're not
celebration
doing
of the show. That's true. They can't. COVID.
Doing that kind of stuff this season. Right?
If they all wore masks, could they all be out there? If we put them in spacesuits with, helmets and stuff.
Get them all a test and make them sleep at the studio for a week and then should be fine, right?
I'm sure they'd all be down for that. Oh well. I don't know.
I love speaking of, COVID and the changes and stuff. I mean, how many times could Tyra say, "It's crazy in this ballroom"? Like,
it's not
for you and the 6 people who are there.
Gosh, it is so weird. It is so weird. Stop doing that. I think anytime anybody makes a gesture like this, noise in the ballroom is meaningful. It just drives me nuts. Stop gaslighting us. We know there are no people there.
We are not going to fall for it.
And I mean, even if we do fall for it because you're working so assiduously to make us think so, don't you guys fall for it. You know there's nobody there.
That's right.
Tyra, stop milking the applause. Oh, my goodness.
Boy.
Did she keep the same outfit on the entire time?
I don't think so. I mean, I feel like she changes
but she didn't change into something so hugely weird that it was clear that it was different.
That it was noticeable. Yeah.
I know she removed the hat, but I think that happened fairly early on. I don't know. Boy, there's going to be postmortems on this season like crazy. But it's been enjoyable. You know what? It's really not been bad. And really have seen a lot of improvement, which is, I mean, theoretically what this show is supposed to be, right? Is people who can't dance learning to dance with the help of a pro and being better at the end than they were at the beginning, not people coming in good. Although I do enjoy watching the people who came in good. But it's kind of nice to see people improve. Anyway.
Right.
So, one more week.
Yeah.
And I really have no idea at all who could win. Seems like it could be anybody's at this point.
Right.
Nelly pulled this one off. I'm not going to count the man out.
No, you can't do that.
And I would not be sad.
So on Baby Ballroom, we get the preview of what these pros may have been just a few years ago. Because these kids, the ones that are featured in Baby Ballroom, they all say that they want to be professional dancers someday. So what I liked about these 2 episodes was that we did get to go back and kind of revisit some of our friends from the previous.
We're concerned about that.
I was worried about that, and it turns out we do get to see more of little blonde Jack. And then we got another cute, adorable, 7-year-old. His name is Arjun.
Yes. I'm sorry to break into but when he didn't win twice.
Know.
Oh my goodness.
Super sad.
So much sadness.
Yes, poor little guy. And
stoic sadness. He just sat there, unhappy. While the world swirled around him in spangles.
Yes.
Oh, sweetie.
Poor buddy. Yes.
Every parent has to go, oh my goodness, if that was my kid, what would I do?
Right.
His mom just held him, it looked like.
Yeah.
Which is probably what was called for.
Right. And that's the way, it's a realistic depiction of what this stuff is like. I mean,
yes.
Because, I mean, in every sport, there's some level of subjectivity because there's, referees and umpires and that sort of thing. But when the entire thing is being judged subjectively, as with dancing, as with skating, man, it's hard, Yes. I mean, because as we talked about last week, you could watch it and think they did great and then they do poorly. Or you could watch it and think they did poorly and yet they win.
Yes. I wanted to be so happy for Jack because he won and he was so happy. But then Arjun is just sitting there with the black cloud over his head, looking despondent, which no child that age should ever feel.
No.
Aww. Yes, I think this would be... I don't know if I can have a kid in competitions like that. I know you probably went through it. Lots of wrenching moments, but...
It's hard.
It's hard.
I also had to do the hairdo boot camp like they showed on the
hilarious.
show. Although the hair I usually had to do was not as complicated as what they were doing on the show. Mm-hmm. But it definitely involved lots and lots of product, just like
oh my gosh. I was just thinking about how much you would have to wash your hair after that to get that stuff out.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yes.
Oh, I mean, there are some scenes that made me feel everything would be okay. In the competition where Arjun was so sad, I did love though that afterwards he and his friends were all, the ones who won. It's easy for them to be magnanimous, I guess, but they were still all little kids being happy together. And with the moms and the hair, he was being really harsh, but they were taking it as a joke and enjoying it and laughing. Right. So nobody seemed like they were going to go home and cry because they couldn't get their kid's hair in the right bun. So I guess when you're still at that younger level, you could still have a laugh about it.
Yeah. And I did think it was funny that Warren seemed slightly put out, the teacher, the head of the school, that the moms weren't more upset when they scored poorly on their hairdo. I was like, yeah, Warren, they can take it. Stop making it. I don't know. He bothers me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we find out on these episodes that not only does, out of their 3 daughters, and 2 who are dancers, both of whom have their partners living with them.
Yeah.
In their family home. So they have, like, that one triplet who doesn't dance is so the odd one out because both parents, the 2 sisters, and the 2 partners, that's 6 people. 6 people who are way into ballroom dance and 1 who is way not.
Does she get to have, like, her friend from astronaut camp come and stay in the house, too? Seems only fair.
Hope so. Exactly.
She wasn't in it, though, so they didn't.
This week,
I would prefer that they just leave her out of it if they're just going to be nasty if she's there.
Agreed. Yes.
Sweetie, there will be a time when you will have a good, high-paying job and your sisters will be on the outs of the dancing circuit, and you will laugh and laugh and laugh. They'll be teaching toddlers to dance, and you'll be in space. So
you'll be actually in space. So good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? We now learned that there's at least 2 Mias in the British ballroom dance.
That is confusing.
So that's tough.
Yes, and they look very similar, I think.
Yes.
Except that one seems to have been, toughened by competition more than the other, but.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then in this set of episodes, there was the whole storyline of Jamie, who was revealing to his classmates that he was a champion ballroom dancer.
Yeah.
And I don't know. He was very nervous about it and that he would be teased. And the way the teacher or the headmaster did it, I thought was a little sketchy. I don't know. He had all of Jamie's trophies on the table, and then he showed a video of Jamie and
showed it.
Yeah. And like the kids were just like, what are we looking at here? Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure that was the best way to go about it, but it seemed to work out. So
yeah, except the one thing that was not shown as part of this event is that there were cameras filming it.
Yes. True.
So to what degree does that change what the outcome would have been? Mm-hmm. But I wish him well.
Yeah.
I mean, to be so good at something and then to feel like you can't share that with people is got to be hard.
Yeah.
And
also I feel like, the only way that it was sort of safe to share it was because he is so good at it and because he's gotten awards and trophies and things. And if he was just doing it, for fun,
right,
then, of course, it would have to still remain top secret.
Yeah. That was.
I mean, it's like with anything, with skating, with this.
Right.
There comes a point where you feel like you have to justify it to the world. Even though it has many, it can have benefits that aren't so tangible or noticeable. But I think you feel like if you're going to spend all this time and money on it, if they're not, winning all these. I've never seen such tiny trophies, by the way.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I guess
they
have
for the
trophies
kids, that are the size of a shot glass, and the kids still seem to like it. So
yeah, well, it was the real little kids. I don't know if you could give that to the older ones, but yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe they would use it as shot glass.
That's true. You got to watch out for that.
Yes. Well, we'll see what happens next time. We're going to keep going with season 1 of Baby Ballroom with episodes 5 and 6.
Yeah, and there also was the one kid who's still looking for a partner, the little boy.
Oh, yeah.
Seb, and that, they make such a big point of there's so few boys, we have to import them from other countries. There's so few boys, they get snapped right up, and then this kid cannot find a partner, so.
Yeah, that was a little rough. But also, they showed how he was in the class with the pro that they brought in, and he just was like, not doing this. Just pieced out. So
yes, perhaps he's best to just stay in the single competition.
Yes,
go his own way. What age does that go up to? Can you be 22 and dancing by yourself?
Might be challenging for little Seb, but maybe we'll see him again.
Yes. Maybe he'll find his match.
Yeah. Next week, we'll keep going with episodes 5 and 6 of season 1 and the Dancing with the Stars finale.
Yes.
Whoa. And that's going to be it for our round 2 today. Please subscribe to our Parenting Roundabout podcast so you won't miss any of our episodes. We have something new for you every weekday. As always, you can find recaps, links, and an opportunity to comment on our website at parentingroundabout.com. Bye, Terry.
Bye, Catherine.
Bye, everyone.